What's going on? It looks like we did it again, boys. What's going on, everybody? Caspa. What's up, Metalhead? Yeah. Joe Crypto, yeah. Billing the bags today, brother. Yeah, exactly. What's going on, Mr. Crypt? Great call again. Yeah, thanks, man. We're doing it together. Exactly. Yeah, Caspa. I'll get into that too. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to go over. I did that video yesterday about being a Caspa billionaire eventually down the road. So this is what I was talking about. Look at this. MYX. I'm sorry. Yeah, we did MYX. We did it as AIA with DeAgentAI. Yeah, I want to get into all of the. It's like MYX all over again, but not as many multipliers. We did a 40x today, and I think it's still climbing, right? Hold up. So right here, hold on. Let me yeah. So DeAgentAI. This is what we've been. This is. Hold on. Let me. The Zoom is all messed up. I'll refresh or something, but. Yeah, I called this in the end of September, or was it? It was mid-September, mid to beginning of September, right? And this thing is flying again. Yeah, real reason behind the Caspa pump. Yeah, I'll get to that. Yeah. What's going on? What's going on? Yo. You got it, Saeed. Yeah, these are some really good calls, man. It's like one after another, right? I made that video yesterday about my plans to keep on getting awesome plays continuously, endlessly, nonstop, and being unable to stop winning, and eventually transferring all of that and into Caspa. And when I wait for the next mini bear to come, right? If we get this a really good run up in December, like we should, I'll talk about that in a moment. Reasons why it should and should not happen and things like that, you know, the ups and downs. And just to prove that we don't have a 4-year cycle, that there never really was a 4-year cycle, and it's all a myth. So, and it's I think it's being proven in more ways than one right now. At least in November, all the 4-year cycle zombies had been saying that, you know, we're going to have this magnificent run up right now. It's going to be the top of the bull run and in November, because it always happens that way. Hey, look at these charts. I did all this TA and all the charts say that we're going to have this awesome run up right now. And just because it happened last time, and so it's going to happen like that again. So no, now we realize that it's all based on other factors that has nothing to do with examining the charts from 4 years ago, from 8 years ago, and so on. It has to do with examining economic data and things that happen, not the ups and downs and the pumps and dumps of Bitcoin, but rather the economics, the money supply, the pumps, the certainty that's given to a market about things, and when it's taken away from you, right? Because we had a certain amount of green in the market due to having certainty about 3 rate cuts this year, and Jerome Powell took away that certainty and said the 3rd rate cut is not assured. And then we have our dumps. So it's all based on other factors that have nothing to do with the halving. And I can't stress that enough. I was a halving zombie for a very long time, and about somewhat 12 months ago or so, maybe 10 months, I started to just call it all into question. And now we see it happening before our very eyes. And we should, based on all the things that are going to be happening, we should have a magnificent pump in December. But it could also get taken away from us too. And I'll discuss that. I'll discuss that in a moment. And you know what? This might otherwise seem like insensitive to most people, but for the people in my community, we are doing pretty damn good, even on red days, as you can see here. So let me get into this. So The reason why I am going to be making enough money to become eventually down the road a Caspa billionaire and buy up more Caspa as time goes on in significant amounts is because of all the things that I've been experiencing and we've been experiencing in my community. Now, going back to just 2 months, just going back 2 months, that's it. Not going back to like last year or not going back to May because we had some really good pumps in May. Going back 2 months, right? We did a 550x on MYX. Do you remember those bubbles, right? We went up to here out to over 3 billion. I guess you should do it like that. 3 billion. And we got in back here at a 6 million market cap. Like, whoa. Yeah. You know what? I want to show the history of hold on, I should have pulled that up in my Discord. The history of all those pumps and the all-time high alerts. This is the amazing tech and the amazing software that we have in my community that no other community has. No other community has nothing like this. And I've even offered $1,000 bounty to anyone who can show me a community that has all the tech that I have and in the track record and the calls and everything like that. And the non-stop winning. Hold on, let me pull this up. MYX, $1,000, you guys, if you think that you can find a better community. And I'm gonna show you some data afterwards too. I'm gonna give me a second. Yeah, here we go. Let me switch this over. I am going to show you my Discord. Yeah. All right, so this is MYX. This is the all-time high alert channel, right? This is, like I said, I'm only going back 2 months, right? What's the date right now? It's the 6th, right? So we'll go back to the 7th, right? Holy guacamole, bro. We are up 115x, right? And then we're like, bam, 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 all-time high alert, bam, bam. Guys, this is insane. This is a 300x. Oh my God, right? Yeah, and look at this. And then, damn. And then look at that right there. Whoa. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing, right? So, like I said, I'm only going back like 2 months, right? Because I can show you other months. But we did that with MYX. And then we also had another play called Tutorial on BNB, which was called roughly the same time. I think it was like a little bit before MYX. Now, we took 4 months to do a 550x on MYX. Just 4 months, right? We did a 94x on Tutorial on BNB. Look at that. Called all the way back here. This is absolutely insane. That's absolutely insane. Look at that. Like, oh my God. And this was on, if you count this date right here, this is just the 19th. This is September, right? I'm staying within this 2 month time frame, right? Then we had another call over here. It was pretty damn good. I remember swing trading the hell out of this thing in September and October. Like I was building my bags like crazy. I kept on selling and then buying back in and selling and then buying back in and selling and buying back in. I kept on selling over and over again. I was like, damn, when this thing is going to come back down. But we only did like a 7x, but it's nothing like a 94x or 550x. But I'm just saying, right? A lot of the tokens thus far are not exposed publicly, right? You got to be in my community to know all about them and play them and gain tons of money off of them, right? So, but this was good enough to talk about. I think everybody was already talking about Midas. So I'm like, okay, I'll say, we'll talk about it. So we got a 7x. So it's like, yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And this was another September call. So September, October, So we're taking profits in October, right? And then we had another one called Matt Fury's Disco. I got it at launch, and we were stacking it back here, right? And as low as a 70K market cap, and all the way up to like what was it, like 2.8, something like that, something or other. It was a 37x. Yeah, this is what me and my community members go through. Now, we have some red days, and like I say, to other people, in a normal YouTube channel, in a somewhat normal YouTube channel that doesn't have this track record, they could be talking and might seem insensitive, but I don't know if this is insensitive, because all you got to do to join in on the fun is just join my group, right? So yeah, I don't know, man. By the way, I have a significant amount of members by comparison to my subscribers. I still have less than 2,000 YouTube subscribers, and I have 100 paid members. You find me any group that has such a low, KOL has such a low subscriber count with such a vast number of members, right? Usually you find influencers that have like 30,000, 40,000, they only have like 100 paid subscribers. So this tells you something. So in more ways than one, I have the absolute best crypto group on the planet.
And that's why Code Monkey Mike has the greatest crypto community on the planet.
There you go. I mean, even he says, even Schwarzenegger is on my side, you know? So, hell yeah. Anyways, click that link in the description below. We're going to continue on. We're going to talk about how we're going to be getting through these red days with tons and tons of pumps. Yeah, Caspa pumping. So I don't know, Mike, if BTC starts to close under 50K? Oh, under the 50-week moving average, multiple weeks. So, yeah, I don't know. I hear all that TA stuff. I know what you're talking about. I hear that, all that TA stuff, but it's like these TA folks are being proven wrong right now. I mean, number one, I don't think that the institutions are ever again going to let Bitcoin drop like 70, 80% of value. It just doesn't make sense. I think you mentioned that once before, and it's like, yeah, I'm not seeing it. They make more money having things go up and down, and just, okay, just dropping Bitcoin in the crypto market. Well, Bitcoin in general, right? Dropping it like 80%, 70%. It doesn't make any sense. And let it stay into a crypto winter going like, like a year and a half, or it doesn't make sense for them to do it. I think now the institutions are here, they're going to be playing with us. They're just going to be fucking with us. I mean, they're going to take profits like nonstop. They're going to be going up and down. Like I was just saying yesterday, I was like, yesterday, things are pumping right now, but I think it's more like a bull trap, right? Because yesterday, what was happening, a lot of people might have thought, oh, wow, things are pumping again. Let me get back on board, and then look what's happening right now. Everything's going down again. Everything except the plays in my community, because we're totally awesome, right? So, but yeah, the market is red again, right? The pumps are amazing. Mikey B, what's going on? Yeah, Casper is pumping. Yeah. So yeah, going back to all of this success, right? Even in these horrible red days, we are still pumping. So back in September again, I called Giggle Fund on BNB, and we did what was it, a 28x over here, right? We did it over here, and then we did it again just like yesterday.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're making tons of money again, even on those red days. Look at this, right? And And finally, there are many more other coins that we have played, and I'm not exposing them yet because we only did like a 2 or 3x, and they're retracing right now. So those are just for my community members. And when they get to 100x or 50x, then I'll let you subscribers know about it because, you know, you guys are cheapskates. You don't want to join the community. So if you want some of this free stuff, yeah, I mean, I'll give you some of these after we do a 10x like we did on Sora. So I called that thing back here. And then look at this. It exploded doing a 10x. And that is why.
And that's why Code Monkey Mike has the greatest crypto community on the planet.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, we are doing nonstop plays. And man, it's just been absolutely amazing. So I still can't believe I knew September was like awesome, right? It was a green September, but for us to still be getting these, we're still getting these pumps in like a mini bear right now. We're in a mini bear right now, especially since October 10th after the flash crash, and some things recovered a little bit, and now we're all the way back down again, right? And we have some of the reddest days imaginable. And we're still seeing these insane pumps. I mean, my God, dude. I mean, like, so, yeah. So this is all, and for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, this is all because me and my team, make software that goes out and finds these tokens at a very low market cap, scans every single goddamn token out there, and we pluck out the ones that are going to be grand. And apparently we're doing a pretty damn good job because no community has a track record like this, as far as I know. And I have $1,000 bounty that you can get really easy if you can show me another community as good as mine. Straight up. That has the tech, has a track record, has these calls, because I am not aware of them. The communities that I'm aware of, they either have rug pulls like nonstop. They get, you know, for some reason, the community members love it. They get rugged and they still love it. Or they might get a good call once every month or 2 months or so, and they're okay, and they're paying more money than it costs to be in my community. Or, you know, the calls are like the calls that might be good calls, but they're like the calls that everybody knows about anyway, you know, like what would be the point of touting Kita right now, right? Kita or Zora, which are plays that I played, but like, why would I tout it? Because everybody already knows about it, right? It's not like I got in on opening day like some of these others, like DeAgentAI, right? So I'm not aware of any other community that can even compare to mine. And like I said, I still have under 2,000 YouTube subscribers, and me having over 100 paid community members, not free, right? Because free is just, you can build up a community with thousands of people if it's free, right? But paid community members, to have over 100 with a subscriber count that low, I'm just not aware of anybody like that. And it shows, right? Because people get in, they subscribe to the monthly, they see the value, and then they upgrade to the yearly or to a lifetime membership. So, but yeah, about this other Caspa stuff. So this is, everybody wants to know, so Peter says next year is the bull run. Yeah, I mean, I would say, I hear a lot of people saying next year now. I hear that coming through. I still stand by 2027, just because of everything I've been describing over the last 6 months or so. I still stand by 2027, and we'll get many run-ups. You know, we're gonna hopefully have a nice run-up in December, and we'll retrace. We'll come back down, maybe some higher lows, and you know, people will think we're in a crypto winter for 3 years, and then a few months later, people will be surprised. I just think it's going to happen over and over again, and people are going to realize there's going to be some doubters. You know, early next year, maybe we're going to have this run up in December, and they're going to say, "Oh, it was just a little bit later than we expected." But it's still a 4-year cycle. They're going to say it's still a 4-year cycle, even though happen in December rather than November. And then they're gonna be completely blown away. They're gonna see crypto's gonna be pumping again next year. And then be like, whoa, what the hell's going on? Maybe there isn't a 4-year cycle after all. So I think we're a year behind where all the 4-year cycle guys are. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think that it's just like that. Like for me, why I say 2027, things right now resemble 2019, right? You go back to November 2019, things resemble 2019, right? You have an end of QE, right? You have a mild drop of interest rates like we had in 2019. And when Jerome Powell gets replaced by Trump's pick, we're going to have a rapid drop of interest rates, just like it happened in 2020 with COVID. And we're going to get a huge burst of liquidity, right? We're going to get QE next year. We're going to get peak QE. For some reason, people think I say PQE, like the letter P, but peak as in the top, next year, which is obviously what we had during COVID. And it's just we're going to get stimulus checks because of tariff revenue. And, it makes sense because Trump wants to keep the Republicans in office in the midterm year. So we had stimulus checks in 2020. So for me, it's like this time period right now resembles 2019. And we have the added bonus of having inflows right now from ETFs that we're going to be having. So that is going to contribute to it being like the biggest bull run ever. That's in my opinion. But Caspa, what's going on? Some background music or? I don't know. Yeah. So apparently Jonathan had tweeted out this huge tweet, sort of rejecting an invite to Dubai by Binance. So he's flexing his muscles, with big, I call it Big Brother Binance, Big Brother, right? With Binance, stand up to Binance. Now, I'm not going to read all this, but thanks for including me in the top 100 blockchain people list. Blockchain people list. Appreciate it. Appreciate the signal, right? I must decline the Dubai invite, though. I do not wish to disrespect, but many of the award voters are avid Caspians who rooted for my Caspa status at least as much as for my research. Let them win or count me out. Where was it? This is what caught me. Yeah, crypto has turned to from a euphoric cyberpunk project to a house-friendly casino. You may not be the culprit, but as a top player, you hold a lion's share of responsibility to correct this. And the October crash, your USDE Oracle glitch helped trigger the USDE Oracle glitch. Your helped trigger. Okay, so yeah, so maybe there's a comma supposed to be that help trigger adds to what needs to be addressed. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I guess everybody saw this as bullish and they're rooting for Jonathan. And then I'll say this, Caspians are some funny motherfuckers. Solved the trilemma and told Binance to suck his pruned node. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is just what it is. So right now, this is Caspa is pumping. I was going to put in a limit order tonight to see if Caspa is going to go below 4 cents and catch it at 3 cents. But I guess that's not going to happen, right? So, whatever. I was like, yeah, because I already bought so much Caspa in the past right now. But my really focus right now is just catching all of these plays that I've just been talking about. And then getting to the end of the run up and into another mini bear, let's say maybe in January or whatever, January, February. And then use a lot of my profits to buy up more Caspa. But yeah, I was like, yeah, if I can catch Caspa 3 cents, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'll do that tonight. But I guess I'm not doing it tonight. That was my dream last night. Yeah, I called out Linus. Yeah. Yeah. What do you say? My 2,800 miles trip ain't boring. No more having a crypto swinging try. David Trucker, what's going on? Yeah, having a crypto swinging side job. Yeah. I guess you're also talking about my swing trading software that I got in my community. I see you guys set up. Yeah. So yeah. That's another thing, you guys, for anybody watching, for all the tech that we got, and I was just talking about those all-time high alerts, we got tons and tons of tech, and we have swing trading software to help us swing trade, right? So you keep swing trading, man. You can like double, triple, quadruple your bags. It's like, selling high, buying back in low, and if you have software to track all that, man, you're doing good. Track your percentages, track what you're gaining. Right, we got all that in my community, right? And I've never seen any software like that. I was like, let me build this software to help me with my swing trades, because what I was doing, I was tracking it in an Excel spreadsheet. It was a nightmare. It was like a total nightmare. So I was like, let me track my trades, and then make the software available to people. And then I got people saying they've never seen somebody swing trade like me, because of the strategies that I have and the way I look at it, my perception of it, and so on. I get like tons of people, especially my community, like never seen anybody swing trade like me. They never thought about the strategies that I came up with and so on. Asked me if I got it from somewhere. I was like, no, I just came up with it. I came up with it by myself. So like. A lot of things, almost everything, I know because I learned from somebody else, but that, I came up with myself. Since I got into crypto, I've not liked Binance and more enjoying the exchange. Maybe naive, but I don't like them. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Binance. I don't know if anything's for me. I don't think like I have anything against Binance. I guess Mexi is one I probably don't like, but that's another story. Yeah. ICP has doing well. Well, hopefully it breaks the channel. It's been stuck over for a year. Yeah, I know ICP has been doing well. I think it's going to do at least a little bit well, but I mean, overall, from what I know, I stay away from ICP now because it has really bad tokenomics, right? So, stay away from, especially a lot of these older tokens that are around from previous cycles. And I went through this with Zcash like last week. Like it doesn't make sense to hold for many cycles, because everybody's like, oh, Zcash is pumping like crazy, but if you look at the charts, the market cap is pumping, but the tokens are like almost the same price as they were 8 years ago. You hardly had any pumps, almost no gains, because they dilute the supply. I think ICP is just like that as well. So, yeah, just be careful with those older ones. Yeah, what else I got? So yeah, you got it's a like button. Yeah, click that like button, you guys. I forgot to tell you guys to click that like button.
Speaking of being friendly, did you know that the most friendliest thing that you can do today is to give that like button a pound? Seriously, I'm looking for some new friends, and if you want to be my friend, just hit that like button. I'm like the friendliest guy on the planet. Trust me. And by the way, if you don't like this video, give me a thumbs down so I can track you down and beat you senseless.
Exactly. Hit that like button. For all you cheapskates out there that don't want to click that link in the description and join my community, yeah, hit that like button at least. We're talking about some good stuff here, right? And we should be talking about this yacht. These yachts I usually pull up. This is one of my ultimate goals. Not only to become a Caspa billionaire, but to have like one of these yachts and be chilling with my members on one of these yachts. these absolutely amazing, amazing yachts, right? Yeah, that'll be the day, right? Yeah. I threw in 1,000 cash on FMX to swing trade. I want to see how big I can get that back. Yeah, you know what? I've never swing traded Caspa at all. Like I also have a lot of Toncoin. And I've never swing traded Toncoin. For some reason, I don't swing trade my biggest bags, like in the layer ones and so on. I have a lot of Pepe. I have a lot of Turbo. But for some reason, I don't swing trade them. I've just been thinking about like why I don't do that. I'm thinking maybe I should just start finally, because I think I know I have swing traded Bitcoin quite often, but that's just going back, you know, like 10 years, right? I mean, like it was Bitcoin, you know, that was pretty much my first token and my first coin. And I was like, yeah, I was like, one day I was like, a few years back, I was like, it goes up, it has a top, and then it comes back down. So I'm like, why don't I just sell up there and buy back the in down there, and I just get more Bitcoin? So hence, I started swing trading. So I was like, okay, let me do it with other coins. But I was a hodler for many years, and then my biggest bags are just from transferring Bitcoin into other ones, you know, like Caspa and Toncoin and Pepe and Turbo and so on. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe I should start doing that. 1,000 cat. So, but that's not too much though, right? 1,000 cats. That's like $50, right? Right? If Caspa was 10 cents, that would be $100, right? So, yeah, so that's like $50. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but that's what I do with a lot of these meme coins too, right? I'm like, I guess because I have a lot of Caspa, I look at it like, oh, that's low. But yeah, like some of these, you see me calling these coins like Midas and so on. A lot of these tokens, I just spend $50 sometimes. Sometimes I think they're pretty good. I'll put in another $50, or especially if they've gotten listed on Coinbase. Some like I put in like 500 or so on. And especially like put in more if they're on base. But like with Midas, I'm gonna check how much Midas I got, but yeah, it just kept swing trading like crazy with Midas. And you get to the point, like if you got $50 and, you know, just a rough example, you got $50 and you do a 10x on it, you're like, okay, that's $500. But if you swing traded it and you like triple the size of your bag, now you got $1,500 from that original 50, right? So yeah. And my software makes it really easy to do that. And that's why you have to click the link in the description below. By the way, it is called CryptoRich.vip if you're interested in becoming crypto rich. And take a look. I got this section right here where I have a ton, not all of them, right? Because I didn't put in all of them yet. But you can see all the amazing plays here, right? Like in May, right? We did that 148x on Trash Coin. Oh, yeah. I did the September and October thing. Let's just go down the list of what we did in May. Like obviously we had the mini bear in like February, March, and April, and then we had the pumps in May, and then maybe some in July, and a little bit in August, right? And then August just turned really red because everybody was expecting a red September, and instead they turned August red because they started selling before September came. So obviously the market does the opposite of what everybody else thinks it's going to do. So yeah, but yeah. Doing some good stuff. We got it broke at this first 15-minute candle because I have connected with the dev for broke and quite a few other coins as well. I got some devs in my community as well. I got some whales. I got all different scenarios right here. We have this these are some of my bots, the insider alert. We have the Dex alert, which is a new bot from this year. That's why there's nothing from that from last year. And it, like this one, found the Wallet Connect token when it was in a pre-launch mode for 5 days. So the insiders could buy it. And it wasn't on any exchanges yet. And we found it. We found it and got in on it. So it was all, I mean, we just get in on everything super, super early. Super early. We can make tons of money. Tau halving is next month. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah. Yeah, Tau, I guess second to Caspa. Tau is my favorite. I really, really warmed up to Tau. I think like it was like sort of like December or January. I mean, like I knew about Tau for a while, going back, 2 years, whatever. And I think in January, I looked into it, and I thought it was just like just like a token with an AI company behind it. I didn't know it was like a layer one. I didn't know what it was. I was like, holy crap. I thought it was like Pythia. So Pythia is a token on Solana. It's related to like an AI company. And what they do is they do something with like interfaces with the brain, like connecting brains to computers or whatever. So I was thinking that Bitenza was some sort of a company that just happened to have an ETH token. I was like, holy shit. I was like, whoa, right? And they have like max supply, proof of work. It's they have a halving, and I was like, holy crap. I was like, whoa. So yeah. I'm definitely into Tau. I got some Tau maxis in my group as well. Exactly. Caspa billionaires by 2030. This is what I'm talking about. That's what yeah. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Caspa billionaires by 2030. At least everybody in my group, right? Caspa billionaires. Maybe some Tau billionaires as well, right? Right. I want to be going in on Tau. I want to be a lot of my profits from for these coins that I've been talking about. Not only am I going to be putting into the Caspa in the next mini bear, I'm gonna put it into into Tau as well. I don't know what Toncoin is gonna do. I've kind of got I got the same feeling with Toncoin as with Caspa. Like people have like, it's like people getting drained and like, oh, when is it going to pump and things like that. But yeah, there's other good ones too. There's Sui now. I only got a little bit of Sui. I got apparently like I got a lot of one particular Sui token right now. This one right here. DeAgentAI. It is a Sui token. It's bridged on Binance Smart Chain, but it's a Sui token. And not only do I have my bags filled with DeAgentAI and maybe some USDT because of my swing trades, waiting to buy back in and things like that, all the dry powder I've collected, but I've also transferred, rotated some of my earnings from DeAgentAI into another Sui token that's pumping right now. It's like another one that's pumping.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to know what that is, get in on my community. I am actually, after this live stream, I'm going to make another buy on a new token, another shiny new token that I haven't bought before, and I'm going to get that after this live stream. So he says, yeah, $50. I had $50 in cash sitting there, and Caspa went under 5 cents. So I snagged it. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, it's just so crazy with swing trading, what you can do. You keep selling high and buying back in low. And it's so goddamn difficult to do that and to track what you're doing if you don't have any software to track it. And like I tried, I was like, I was like, I need a system, because I was just doing that on spreadsheets, and then I'm like, I'm doing more tokens, and I'm so limited to the number of tokens I can do it with because the spreadsheets look like hell. And it's like, I'm like, damn, but like, what if I had some software? I just input that all into my software, and I can have like 100 tokens in there, swing trading them, just track all of them, and the software will show me which ones are good to buy back in, and so on. I'm like, yeah. I was like, damn, yeah. So let's do it. And now my community members have that software, and no other community has something like that. Yeah, Tau is very similar to Bitcoin, to 21 million supply. Yeah, and halvings as well. Exactly. Yeah, no. They have a lot of subnets. Exactly. Yeah. It gets complex. It gets complex. When I was looking into it, I was really putting on my thinking cap. I was like, damn, I never thought about something like this before. Yeah. Yeah, great tokenomics. Yeah, I know with quant. I don't know. The quant, all the financial advisors have to use in the stake. Check it out. You've mentioned this before. I know. I looked into quant. So yeah, it's right here, right? And one thing it's old. It's from last cycle, 2019, 2018. That's one thing that's kind of turns me off. Like with Toncoin came out in the last year of last cycle, right? It's not that old. So, like there's only like exceptions I would make for something that old, but I don't know. How is the yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like thing is with me, I got so many plays, so many new plays that the software in my community finds, and we play them, that I kind of look at it like, why do I need an old token, right? And look at the market cap. It's already on like at $1 billion right now. Like, what's it going to do? Maybe a 10x if it's really good. If it's not really good, it will do like a 3x. Yeah, like I get it. I don't know. If you know what I'm saying, like, would I get into quant for a 10x when I could have just got into DeAgentAI, and so far we've done a 40x, and we've done a 40x in like a month and a half. So, and if this thing is running, if this thing runs in December, so we're already at like $1 billion, just like with quant. Just compare the market cap. It's almost the same market cap, right? We're just under $1 billion, just like with quant, right? So, do I want to do? Would I choose this one, or would I choose quant? That's the thing. I think that this will be more, just because it's newer, is more likely to have more multipliers, even if not at the same market cap. I mean, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. There are different outliers, but I mean, typically it works out like that. It's typically the newer tokens pump a lot more than the older ones because they're shiny and they're new. Not only that, I mean, it could get to a point. Let's say we're running December with DeAgentAI, and I finally we get to like 5 billion. I just want to sell everything. I don't just transfer it over into something else. DeAgentAI will probably do that much faster than quant. Let's say they both can get to 5 billion and beyond, but which one I want to sell first? Which one will do it first? Maybe DeAgentAI's potential is more than quant. Something like that, and it'll get to 5 billion faster. Because there's going to be a point with all tokens. There's going to be a point I'm going to sell and then rotate into another. So it'll be nice. That would be a pretty big damn bag that I would have if that does another 5x from where it is. And if I keep swing trading it too, yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, quant was great. Yeah, it was great. Let me just let's go back to it. yeah, I mean, it had a. Here's a serious question, you guys. Is there a way to get the trading view? Like a week ago, this change, this trading view button was on the right here. And then when I would click on it, it would do a full screen overlay. It would overlay over the entire page. Now I get trading view inside of the graph that's on the web page. Kind of annoying. I feel like I don't want to use it anymore. But yeah, I mean, look, I don't know why companies change things sometimes. Why fix what's not broken? Like I used to do that all the time. I used to click on the button, the trading view button on the right over here in this area, and then have that overlay. But these are the, yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Hold on. So let's go to, all right, this is a weekly candles, right? Yeah, I can't. You can okay, yeah, there we go. So the date, market. What I was gonna do. So let's say you got in, what is that, 100 million over here? Say 60 million. Yeah, that's an amazing pump. Yeah, that's amazing. So you got, let's say you got into like got in at 60 million, did a 7,500% increase. That's amazing. Well, you go up to this wick, but let's say, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. It's just something from the last cycle that I don't know. You know, not everything is going to get to that 40 billion market cap. Yeah, not, you know, some things you think they're going to get to like 20 billion, they'll probably only get to like 2 billion. There's just so many damn tokens out there. There's so many of them. Like not everything is going to get to 40 billion or, you know, whatever. Should I invest in DeAgentAI right now? No. No. No way. No, do not do that right now. I mean, it is an insane pump right now. Now, I could be wrong, and this thing could just continue pumping throughout next week and get to 10 billion. That could happen, right? I mean, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to, like, I sold small amounts, 10% amounts. And so I have some waiting. I have some USDT waiting on SUI so I can buy back in. So I'm going to wait till it retraces and comes back down, hopefully tomorrow or the next day or next week. And I'll just buy back in because I'm expecting another pump in December, right? Or I mean, with its track record, right? It could go down tomorrow, the next day, and just go down. The next week, we could be pumping again to 1 billion. So, but yeah, I'm going to swing trade it. But if you're talking about investing in like right now, no. I think my throat is going dry. Typically, it's not a good idea. Now, if you had asked me this question about MYX when it was 1 billion, I probably would have said no because, okay, it's in a pump. But if you did invest in NYX when it was pumping to 1 billion, when it was pumping back in September when we did that 550X, you would have 3X'd it, right? Because it went to like 3.3 billion. So you would have bought on the pump, which is dangerous, and then you would have still made some, which is dangerous to buy to buy in an extreme pump. It's extremely dangerous. I mean, it's happened before. I did it with Peanut. Peanut was pumping like hell. And I was like, let me get in. And it was still a low market cap. I forgot what it was, like 30 million or something, but 30 or even less. But yeah, even though I got in at the pump, I still did like a 52X. So just got to take a chance. You take the chance. It's crypto, you know? No, of course not. Yeah. Oh, you're responding to him? Yeah. Yeah, we're up to 40. We're up 40X right now. Yeah. Yeah, we're up 40X. Yeah, we're up 40X from the bottom. We got it in. We were buying it in my group, just DCA. So DCA in our way in. We were buying like all the way down here. And then suddenly it just started taking off. It was, here, let's go to market cap. So yeah, it was like 26, 25 million buying. And then suddenly it's just like over here. It's like, you know, it's 40 million. Then it's just, we're taking off. Right. And then we went back down, right? We bought, but we swing traded, bought back in, it pumped again. You know, it's like, you know, all of these, me and my group, we just been, well, we just sell high and buy back in low. Swing trade, we build a bag here again, swing trade again, and then, you know, do it again. And, you know, just pumps like hell. Now, this right here, hold on. This right here, we were selling over here, and a lot of my members bought back in when it dipped down here. And for me, it was like I was just busy. I just didn't have a chance. And I saw it pumping up again. So I didn't take advantage of that. So I took out 10% over here, and then I took 10% like over here, and then up here. So in 10% chunks. Then that, you know, I increase my average as I take 10% at going all the way up. So, but yeah, I mean, in the long run, I'm expecting it to go down at least a little, quite a bit more. Even the 24 hours, right? We're up here. Here we go. I took a 10% chunk out, like right around here in this area. It was like 800 million, and then, you know, we're flying again. So, but we'll see. We'll see. 100 billion for quant. I don't know. I mean, that's like me saying Caspa is going to be $30 in 2030. I mean, yeah, if it's in 2030, I don't see why I couldn't do 100 billion. But yeah, by all means, shoot me a message. Because like it's still, you know, it's like, what's the expectation? 100 billion like in December? I mean, I doubt it. You know, top of the bull run, like my top of the bull run, 2027, maybe. I don't know. But I mean, it could be buying other things too. You know, as you can see, I make a, I don't know, make a living or make a, I guess like my business model for the most part is based on finding new tokens really early that are going to do that 100x pump and so on. Yeah. Chain Opera AI. Yeah, that is one unfortunate one that I had found on launch date. And I didn't play it and I didn't call it. It was open in like in a tab or something like that. And I was like, and then it was like pumping. I was like, oops. It's happened quite a bit. I've had, not only that, I had another one, a robotics token recently that I had the same issue, but I did get into that one. The thing about 2030 as well is how many more coins there. Oh yeah, there will be. Yeah, yeah, and completely new tech. You know, yeah, yeah. Yeah, if you think about it, the amount of tokens they're going to be, the amount of coins they're going to be 5 years out, it's crazy, right? Because like the software in my community, we're scared. Like all the coins on the Solana network, and sometimes we're processing like, you know, like 10,000 a day, and like most of them are crap. But it's like a lot of them are good ones too. Like we're catching a lot of good ones, but how many good ones can you get? Like how many? There's gonna be so many, right? Nuts. Anyways, guys, I think I'm done. I can feel my throat just like getting all messed up right now. I need some water. So make sure you guys click the link in the description below. Oh, this is my homeboy's my final video. Exactly. Yeah, you're not gonna get, you know, all the stuff that we got in my community, you're not gonna get for free. I'll tell you that. Like, all you gotta do, like, if you put $100 on DeAgentAI when I called it, like a month and a half ago, you have 4,000, right? So it would have just paid for your lifetime. By the way, I have an extreme discount on the lifetime purchase, right? It's even cheaper than the yearly, so it doesn't make sense to buy the year. So if you want to buy that, and yeah, you know, get in. You know, if you're a heavy hitter, think about it. If you're a heavy hitter and you put like 10,000 on MYX, you'd have 5 million, something like that. Or if you just put like $100, you'd have, you know, 50,000, you know, at MYX. So, yeah, it's just well worth it. I got a team of engineers, you know, people I've known for years, all rock solid engineers, all ex-FANG engineers and so on. You know, we know what we're doing. Not like we're hiring people in India to, you know, like pay them like $500 to build some plugin. That's funny. I get people asking me sometimes when I don't specify that all this software is proprietary. I get a comment in a video saying, "What plugin do you use in your Discord for your software?" I'm like, "There's no plugin, man. We create that shit on our own." But yeah, click that link in the description below if you want to get in on all this action. Like I said, the most successful community ever in more ways than one. And I'm going to catch you guys laters.
Code Monkey, Code Monkey.